What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we're going to be going over the Forgotten Exotic, at least for me, with the Dragon Shadow Exotic chess piece for our Hunter, taking that bad boy into PvP and absolutely slaying out with it. Now, I know probably my Hunter mains use this a lot, but it has been many moons since I've broken out this bad boy, and definitely have loved it in the past, and after these games that I played with it, love it some more. So we'll get right into this little fun build that y'all can take into PvP with y'all. Super fun. So starting out right here for our subclass aspects and fragments, we're going with our Arc Staff ability, Gambler's Dodge, Strafe Jump, Disorienting Blow, and Skip Grenades. This is my arsenal for this. You can use your other melee and any grenade that you would like. Definitely use Gambler's Dodge just because of the exotic chess piece that we're using reloads our weapons, so you don't have to use our Marksman's Dodge. So Gamblers is much better, allowing us to use our melee more often. On top of that, for our aspects here, we're going with Tempest Strike. So when we slide, we activate that charged melee ability, going up in that devastating arc jolting damaging melee. It is super nice and catches guardians off a surprise for sure, at least when it happens to me. And with that strafe jump and 100 mobility, we're able to get around very fast with this build, being the typical hunter that we are, jumping around like a little bunny rabbit. Now for our second aspect right here, we have Lethal Current. So after we dodge, that melee is going to have longer range, jolts the target, and has a damaging aftershock. So it's super nice for that PvP realm, so we can do some absolute mad damage, kind of similar to the Warlock Slide and Invisible kind of jolt forward. This has similar effects, not as effective, but it is very good. And like I said, no one's expecting you to slide towards them with that little jump. Then you can map them with a shotgun, hand cannon, whatever you may be using. Now for our first fragment that we're going to be rocking is Spark of Frequency. So our melee hits greatly increase our reload speed for a short duration, just allowing us to reload shotgun hand cannon a little more often. Next off, we're going to have Spark of Recharge. So while critically wounded, our melee grenade recharge more quickly. So in Crucible, once you hit that red flashing health, you'll get your grenade and melee back, again allowing us to proc it and spam those around on our fellow guardians. Third up on our list right here, we have Spark of Feedback. So taking melee damage from an enemy guardian briefly gives us that outgoing damage as well. So it's nice for this build, allowing us to do a little bit more damage with that nice Tempest Strike. And finally, right here, we have Spark of Shock. So our grenade is going to jolt targets, allowing us to do some crazy team wipes on enemies. Very fun part of this build. Not necessary, but it's a nice little oomph on top. Now for weapons, totally up to you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Inside of the Crucible, for me, I'm going with a hand cannon in my kinetic slot with a shotgun here inside of my energy. This combination of Hawkmoon and Ganora's, I have absolutely been loving it, and it feels very right with this build and Hunter. Now for our heavy, I'm liking this Tomorrow's Answer. An old Trials rocket has that nice 100 blast radius, so you can catch guardians off guard by hitting them around the corners a little bit farther than normal, because the 100 blast radius definitely is noticeable inside of the Crucible. On our arms over here, just stuff that complements the build, allowing us to get 100 mobility and 100 discipline to spam those grenades, as well as that 40 strength, so we can continue to get our slide back as well. But with Gambler's Dodge, when we dodge next to targets, we get back our melee anyways. That's why we only have it at 40. Then we just have shotgun and hand cannon targeting that pairs with both of our weapons over here to make it a little bit easier to get those defeats. Next off on our arms, fastball. Like I've said in my past PvP videos, love fastball in the Crucible, and just feels very weird when I don't use it, like I'm throwing just little underhand grenades at enemies instead of giving it a nice huck. On top of that, we're going with hand cannon dexterity, and with this exotic chest piece, you'll see how all of these mods kind of play out, as well as our abilities and our dodge and stuff that really kind of make this synergy just perfect for the hunter. Now for me, I totally forgot how good the Dragon Shadow is with the Wraith Metal Mail. Dodging reloads all of our weapons and increases both movement and weapon handling speed for a short period of time, so we move faster with our weapons as well as giving it handling speed, so we're able to switch on and off of our hand cannon and shotgun a little bit faster than normal with that juiced handling, plus with what we have on that dexterity for hand cannon. It is absolutely insane, especially when we're amplified. Just it feels so quick, and you're moving like an absolute mad lad after you dodge. And like I said, with Gambler's Dodge, when you dodge near those enemy guardians, you're getting your melee back, and it is just a nice synergetic spam of abilities, as well as using that handling and weapon speed with your gun skill to absolutely map people. And I love getting that paracausal shot on Hawkmoon up there to ×6 and just one-shotting people in the head. Very satisfying in my opinion. Then for our mods, we're just going Unflinching Shotgun and Unflinching Hand Cannon. Helps us with that Slug Shotgun definitely to hit at a little bit farther range if we're getting flinched by an SMG, whatever it is. And of course, Unflinching Hand Cannon for whatever hand cannon you may be using, Ace, Thorn like me, Hawkmoon, or even a Kinetic Legendary as well. Moving on to our boots right here, two things that I think are important but not necessary because of our chest piece reloading all of our weapons. We have hand cannon holster and shotgun holster, so when we are switching on and off of our weapons a little bit more quickly, we can have those stowed for that nice little bit of time, and they just reload themselves, kind of like auto loading. So it's a fun little part of this build as well. Like I said, not necessary because our chest piece reloads all of our weapons when we dodge, but a nice little addition nonetheless. And last but certainly not least, like I said, we have some outreach on our class item, which gives us the ability to get our melee faster, allowing us to spam it more often, just like I said before, with getting the dodge back with Gambler's Dodge. If we aren't near enemies, having 100 mobility anyways, it's coming back super fast, so we can dodge, get that outreach to proc, and get our melee back a little bit faster. And then Powerful Friends, which gives us that nice +20 to mobility to get us at our double 100s on this build, because you definitely want to be dodging around as much as you can, getting that melee back, getting that increased handling on your weapons because of the exotic chest piece, and then just go out there and slay out. Especially like I said, with that Tempest Strike, you go slide in there, get your melee, shoot straight up in the air, jolt targets, throw a pulse grenade that jolts as well. You're wiping out 6 people at once before you even know it. And with that arc staff, you're able to do some pretty fun and cheeky little moves with it as well, covering some great crazy distances, because it does last a decently long time. So hopefully y'all can give this little build a try. The forgotten exotic right here in Dragon Shadows, at least for me. So thank you guys again for that support. Truly appreciate it. Lots of videos coming out with Lightfall, so make sure to stop by the channel, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that support. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.